Hey there, mateys. This is Skyver Scouts, a Pirates of the Caribbean film series here. And today's afternoon on Wednesday, January 11th, 2017. Disney animation and Finding Dory is fun today from Finding Nemo. So, this is to be 1 year later. And that's just gonna include it 13 years. 13 years now for. This is the 13 years later. So I was younger. So I was a kid. I just grew up 2007. So this is the 10 years for now, and Finding Dory is just really the best ever. To be one of the first actor of Ellen DeGeneres on the Ellen Show, when they did for the Logan Lerman did for the Indignation, Cindy Hall from Percy Jackson, and it seems like it leaves the third movie one reaction. Logan Lerman leaves Percy Jackson Titan Curse the third movie, and Alexander leaves too. Brandon leaving, Jake and Douglas wasn't about not able to see them again. That's just what they call first and second. Third one should be coming soon. It's about 2 more years. So the most things to the trail, most things to have to the 97 minutes, and in mostly in scenes about a lot of good things are very and most about all this is due is about 105 minutes. It's just most including the 3 more minutes to be alternative scenes. The most of they have is untilted untitled of extended edition. They have ever the scenes about returning to the quantity to the motivated California. Dory's parents just lives in the open water. She was a little bit she is a little, and she goes away, and her mother was crying when she knows what happened. She was gonna see how she doing there, about she doing well. She was gonna say ignore. She's gonna say goodbye, and she lost them. She let them go. Um, her mom and dad worries about Dory. He was gonna totally he was to escape from all the water. Undertow into the sewers and left side, in order to scare us away. You know. One of the kelps looks like about the sea forest. He certainly literally just seen how it's a strange things about little fish ones. Um, they don't know who lived there. But a lot of crabs that's real quiet and just to be silent all the time. Sorry about that. And this is a different thing to everything we think about for the beat actor about the voice of Dory. Ellen was to be good actor of the second movie, and the could be about director from the Finding Nemo for the first time about long time ago. Last 13 years, Alexander Gold was playing Nemo, and he was certainly play as the one of the kid and name leftovers to the one of the big kid, one of the younger kid named Nemo. Who could be one of the things about one of the each sides of the moments and things who we never forget, and this seems looks beautiful, cute, and great under the blue water. It looks seems everything. It's just day of truth, and it might be about really cold. It made the cold really good. Um, he was certainly be great. Wanted to eat size and quarter there, and wanted to do something in seemed about friendships and families. You know, some difference Nemo's schools to do. The undertow was too dangerous to be to the step. dangerous to be rivers on a lot of stingrays. One of the boots on the trails, the sea turtles just falling onto the boat side onto the ocean sides in the seven seas. Underwater is really the best ways. The humpback whale, whale shark, beluga whale, and certainly about octopus, and one of the sea monsters is as villain here is, and one last time is giant squid. One is about the bird teeth, like the kraken, and the purple light is tentacles and purple or blue, and he starts bigger ones to swim fast as it can, and he could be different ones as again. It could be nothing like to be coordinations. It could be one that is important, and certainly about needs to be else. It looks like the scenes about his her little buddy, um, and she knows what happened to her. Her parents wasn't involved, and she was kidnapped by the Fisher guys. Um, they are upward in the water. Is looks up open in the sea, open the waters of seas. There's certainly she was kidnapped, and she was the humans are villain. Humans are really villain, and sea mammals do have about heroes. Hank the octopus was talking to the voice. Knows that about Ty Burrell from the Modern Family, and they look some of those are good families of friendships. Being Marble is relationship, and one of her each is wanted to gain things importance is notice about the quantity of knows about Zagora Weaver's speech. It seems to be about the Marine Life Institute. It opens about 7 days ago. They look like about they're totally about aquarium for the aquarium on the stadium. The aquarium stadium like Orca Whale at SeaWorld. Just like San Diego do, but she was totally was it about cute whales, a little bit cute who they the whales are. They're like the dolphins, you know. One of the about the fish is about instanted, good, vigilant, and noticing it's about fork sharks do. They haven't remembered that the Marna plays about Edo Brooks, and he was 70. He just literally just seemed house about almost getting 70. Like Sam Neill from Jurassic Park, first to third movie, and it looks like it scenes about dinosaurs ever. One good thing about sea mammals do ever. What kind about the Walt Disney Record Studios do, and about good question notes to be quotes about the Dory and her parents for a long time ago. For the last year, for she let the parents go from the open water, for she literally just born there. She knows that sometimes she sees scenes about one good thing about seasoning. Her parent, they're worried about they're worried about the Dory, and she listened to talking to herself under the water, but it certainly looks like the shark coming is under the sewers. They look like Nemo Marlin here just reunited to the Dory. One of all the Dory's fishes are lots of those things about every humanity. Once it has about worries about mom and dad, and knows about he's there, and now she's going over there, she's gonna have to worry about it. she has to looking for it the shell trails and to the living house and to the living house living home out there is under there the kelp sea forest. When did the kelp forest looks like about the trees? And she just literally just looked behind her for the parents be reunited with. Um, Her mom and dad was worried about Dory, and she found them. What is about the end time? Um, she could be she remembered that about every apparently about finding Nemo and Marlin to releasing the sea mammals out of the truck into the Marine Life Institute. And she would definitely the man and definitely two coworkers just escaping from the truck, and she gets very tired and exhausted and very winded and broken up, and where two of them gets fired. And I I haven't seen about I see skies in blue and seems falling down to the water. Literally just seems how it's escaping and knows that about Reunited here, but they're just shocked. They came back home from the Nemo's place. I know. One of the stingrays just brought the new friend here, the beluga whale. Bailey and one of the whale shark dude is one of the gets there about special dude. When the Dory's friends just follow the giant whale shark dude, it is more than bigger than like a befriend. One of the great things about she knows about a whole lot. She looks being great and being nice to each other. One of those about following trails each other, just saying goodbye there. Looking to the deepest in the sea, the Bay of California. A Marine Life Institute is to escape by led by the Marlin to beluga whale just hearing each other. Whale shark looks like about the fall coloring for Dory do. I suggest they have a suggested do but was about for them as a notes are tagged, and one of the after the squish up squished to death. That's just definitely it's just terrifying things to be happen, you know. And she was considerate and about overviews and knows about she's here. It is the most to be natural, amazing anyway, as nothing can worries about them, as mostly and nothing can done with them. I know. One of the good thing about one Nemo's do and his founded about Jenny and Charlie and Dory just founded her family from the open water, and they're two to escape from open water. So one good thing about the back in the home just an open water still. Um, the little Dory just living in the open ocean just about first time and just about let him go about the 3 days ago. She seemed certainly he was a terrible happened, you know. Well, and that means too. And she knows for the first time about prologue here, the alternative here. One of the and saw the boat just Nemo's kidnapped. One of the divers capturing the Nemos. His dad once swim and fall into the boat. One of the three sharks still live in the submarine sunk. It could be about the terrible thing. It could be a terrible. But I hope I did about is looks agreement institute and incinerations about the sea monsters. Looks things about the Finding Nemo to Finding Dory, Percy Jackson Sea of Monsters, Pirates of the Caribbean Demon's Chest, and the Kraken Tentacles of the Deep, and Clash of the Titans, the Kraken, and one of the things about the San Andreas and St. Andreas, and Baywatch has to see mammal suit for the mention. Kind of do things about a love with each other, and I certainly to be don't know what it is, and she was kind of trace, and it's mostly to have it being cancer, but it should be also should be due. I have a note about it being merciful, and can temporarily it's nearly nearby, and one good thing about interesting about listening there about maps things about submarines things, the open water, the kids zones, lost the kids to grabs the fish. One of the fans had an idea just to find out the what hand underwater just rumble thing. And the phone was black, just the kids just freak out and she just screaming and ran away. And they're doing great. The water is so black, the kids just ran away. And she certainly, Hank did it. He's doing great. He knows why they're here, and the good thing about see one of the take the tags off to let him go, and he frees her, and he released her under the water, and he's befriend, and but she can't hear them. She would be unnotified, and if it could, she needs to get her back to the mom and dad did. It is so it is and she was so sad. She would be worried about it. She is not dead. She wasn't stay alive. Um, Charlie Jenny did not dead, and they're worried about the Dory did, and she was following to the trails, and to the came out there. So it's just a matter of a good choice. As long as she can, it's about look behind them, but just the right side. Just look around straight. Um, Jenny and Charlie found Dory was, she found us. She found them. Um, many things about good riddance here. One for the each side, according there for the histories. One of the chancellors, one of the chance do, and before the Shias gotta have the last chance, and one of the Hank Dory just releasing all of them sea mammals do, the fishes, and one of the octopus, and one that included the squid just squish out and struck into death, and the octopus just found the squid's eye. She was think about Willis willing to do something she knows wanted else to do. It could be, and she could be the one to be ended about the Hank. She was been shocked and hide and seek. But one of the insider Marine Institute and the workers on an employment. So one of the Marine Life Institute stations is his most and see any tanks, all of them and been destroyed, all of them been gone, and one they have a shock to the boat, one of the lifeboats to the engine. So one to think about the sea, and just knows about the old car was under the water. It was accidentally. Um, it could be total. It could be one of them. Totally was the Stingray's trails was. It was a befriend as a saying was hidden around what looks like about change of ways to transformating colors. As one of them its size as useful as could be not noticing about their specials, and it means it's supposed to do something, and she means gonna have to really gets there the really messables, and she get messed up and she looks doing great, and she would have get means to and just have to slowly as many as she can, and she can reunite with Marlin, Dory, her mom and dad, and their friend. They're bringing the new friends, just including Mr. Ray's, all of those watching kids, and a lot of those the young fishes, young sea mammals too. It literally in seeing sea turtles, just how to the beloved those things, and looks been about very most interesting. Dory loves the friends and families reunited to Nemo the Marlin's home, and she could be her bringing her mom and dad brought there, but Marlin and Nemo do. That's it, guys. Finding Dory's documentary is over, so don't forget to subscribe to my content. Follow on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google, Vine, Situation, Gaming Challenge, Juggy Star, Elmo, New Jersey, Cocker Story, Chocolate Talk, Cocker Stories again, and Tamala, Play Stores, Hangouts. Follow subscription to friends on Majorca Nuggets, Big Butter, Jordy Starblogger, came behind the camera, Bridget West, Keep the Angry Grandpa Show, Grandpa's Corner, Beside Your Dad, Larry's Lounge, Joe Bum, and Cuba Guy, the Cuba Guy Live, Next Boog, The Boog Show, Life with Boog, Life with Moco, Space Change Garters, Derek Diesel's Daily, and Facilita, and with Facilita, and Crazy Boyfriend, Crazy Love, Psycho Mom, and Melissa, Psycho Aunts, Psycho Uncles, don't forget, and Crazy and Ragging Dad, Both Squad, Team Creed, Prank vs. Prank, BF vs. BF, BF vs. GF, and Jackson with Dorothy and Xiaomi TV, and mostly do including you about LA guys, Nana guys, Ben Phillips here, and Pranks Funny, and Alexander Dario, Alexander Topic, Forever Alex Anna, Logan Larman, Brenny T. Jackson, Lever Rambin with Jim Perrick, Jake Awa with Hollywood, Douglas Smith, and Margie Robbie, and Miley Cyrus, Jason Earls, Matt Bomber, and White Collar, and Orlando Bloom from Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp, Jeffrey Rush, Kevin McNally, Martin Kleba, and Steve Graham. David Rantham is Garfield, and Javier Barden's Captain Salazar here. We're here about the cast of the Pirates of the Caribbean film series is the fifth Them Telling the Tales. So I love you guys if you feel death. Feel freedom to be friends and subscription. So I love you guys if you feel free to do death. If you likes, don't forget, keep it rich and mateys. See you tomorrow.